Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, let me see who was here first. Uh, In the meantime, hello to everyone else that just joined us. Do make sure you hit the like button, and if you have not subscribed, please do. But whatever you do, please do not unsubscribe yourself because sometimes when you try to check to see if you are subscribed, next thing you know, you've already unsubscribed yourself. So let's see. CV, thank you so much for being here first. Free your tresses, stresses. Oh, stresses. Oh, free your stresses. All right, I'll try. Thank you. Nothing that a big gooey chocolate chip cookie could not fix. Hello, Vivian Green, Helen Marmon, uh, Connie Balmer. Hey, Connie Balmer. Helen G, Compton Caligal. Legs is here. So, you guys, listen. um, I cannot wait to show you the pictures I found today. I had to hunt for those because our mystery princess, we all know who she is. Um, she's very private and you don't see her that much. But anyway, I cannot wait to show you the images that I managed to scratch up earlier, like last night, wee hours of the morning. Let's see. Hello to Puzzle Dot. Hi, Puzzle Dot. Sonia Johnson. Okay. In the meantime, yes, it is true. Meghan is in the top 10 US. Top 10 US. But before we get to that and everything else, we have to acknowledge the day. Um, it was, what was it, 28 years ago? There's a message from the Diana Awards. Today marks the 28th anniversary of the death of the late Diana, Princess of Wales. The Diana Award is the only charity founded in the name of the late princess, and we are proud to uphold her belief in young people and their ability to change the world. So, 28 years ago, I still remember where I was. I'm embarrassed to say I was coming home from the club. I was coming home from the club and I got a frantic phone call. I didn't know what was going on. Um, my nearest and dearest was screaming into the phone, telling me that they unalived her over and over again. I said, "Who? Who did what to who?" And I could not. I said, oh my God!" And it was just seemed like it was unbelievable. I don't know why it it seemed like it just couldn't be true, but it was true. It is the truth, and I could totally understand why Harry was in denial about it because Diana was just such a force. You can't imagine a world without her. And yet here we are, 28 years later. So you can see a few images that were gathered by one of the squatties, and of course, the island in the center of the pond is Diana's final resting place. Um, yeah, and I guess that was it. I just had that one slide. Let's see. Carol Lund, thank you so much for 30 months membership. And thank you for being here. And Joan Garcia, thank you for 44 months membership. I still can't believe how time flies. And I'm having fun with Baron. Well, thank you very much for that. And thank you for being here for 44 months of membership. Wow, that seems unreal, but 44 months. My goodness, where has the time gone? Okay. Excuse me. I drank a smoothie and I think I drank it too fast, and I'm just like, kind of. I always drink my smoothies way too fast. Um, but yeah, it was fantastic, if I say so myself. So, one of the squaddies has here, I am so happy that her partnership with Netflix has given Meghan the chance to shine in a space she was just starting to enter when she sacrificed her budding food career for what I'm sorry, not for what, but for that family. Um, and as you can see there's Home and Family, that was back in 2013. The TIG, 2014 to 17. Power Lunch with Megan. Real Gift. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The Real Girl's Kitchen. I never heard of that one. 2014. And Today's Show cooking segment. I remember seeing that one before. And Chopped Junior. And that one is from 2016. So these are a few things that predate marriage to Harry, and of course, entering that family, if you can call them a family, the firm. Yeah. Leg says video. Uh, what is that? White people playing cards, discovering sheep. Oh, I saw that. I saw that. Not white people, with people. Sorry about that. It was a group of guys, right? And someone was had a video camera, if I recall, and it was just like the person with the camera began to record the reactions. So, yeah, but there's a video of the night Princess Diana died where some guys were together, and they were reacting to it. So if you haven't seen that, that was let me see. I found it right here. Jeffrey and yeah, they're reacting to the news. So I tell you what, I'm gonna post the link. So let me see, so you guys can so you can watch it for yourself. And yeah, there we go. That is the link. It's about 7 minutes long, but that is the link. I'll pin it to the top of the chat. So feel free to grab it anytime. I could also put it on a community post if you prefer. Uh, okay, I'll pin it there. And then also I'll put it on the community post. So if you want to watch it another time, um, okay. And it is on the post. Okay. So it will be the absolute last thing that I posted. Probably. Thank you, Lex, for that reminder. And like I said, it is available on the community post and at the top of the chat. Wow, that was a very, very like sobering video. And you could tell from like the quality of it, it's just screams 1990s. Um, he just had that kind of not really graininess to it, but just the kind of, I don't know, something about the effect of it. It you could tell it's just not a smartphone video for sure, as they did not exist, of course. Okay, and then Netflix, mighty Netflix. Um, yeah, I love this picture. I don't know where I got that from, but that is so cool. That is so cool. Old Tammy radio, clock radio. There it is. Top 10 shows in the US today. Number nine, number nine, with love, Megan. All right, number nine, with love, Megan. And right here, what a fun day this was. Shooting season 2 of With Love, Megan. Heather Dorick, who is, oh, by the way, you guys, I'm really sure we're not going to be here more than an hour. With Love, Megan, that is Heather Dorick, very, very close friend of the Duchess of Sussex. Megan took her, is it Pilates class, a yoga class? And anyway, they have been best of friends ever since. Their children do the play dates and such. So cheers to good friends. And that was one of the scenes from With Love, Megan. They were in a pottery class. And if you've seen the series, then you probably know that one of the things that they made did not quite survive the process. But they found another use for it anyway. Even though it had a little bit of a crack in it, they said it would be a perfect, what do you call it, candle holder. Also, I didn't know this, but I guess it makes sense now that I think about it. When you take those classes, they put your whatever you make in the kiln, and then they send it to you later. That is brilliant. I never thought about it, but I guess you didn't want to stay there for hours waiting for it because they have to heat it real slowly so that things like cracking or shattering doesn't happen. So, yeah, interesting. All right. And, oh, I was about to say, where is the cursor? There it is. And again, a little more close up image of the two of them as they were on a retreat, a friend's retreat. Oh my goodness. Camilla saw off an attacker with shoe. And Farage scare tactics. Well, I guess the Farage thing is not the real news, but both of them can be rather frightening. But yeah, Camilla saw off an attacker with a shoe. Now, what is it about the nature of Camilla's shoes that would be enough to drive an attacker away? Now, mind you, before you guys get upset, because I know how much you care about Camilla the Queen cohort, she was a much younger person, not purser. Make it sound like she's on the ship. She was a much younger person then. And well, anyway, it would be easy for someone to confuse her with a damsel in distress rather than a girl that is rather large for her age with a square jaw. But I believe she said she was like 16 years old. Now, what that is in dog years, I don't know. But I mean, we've seen Camilla's shoes before. If if I was an assailant, I might think twice about attacking her too. If she was to take off one of those canoes and start waving it around at me. You know what I'm saying? If Camilla was to take off one of those canoes and start waving it around, swinging it left and right, wouldn't you back up? I would. I mean, it's the prudent thing to do. Who wants to get their cranium smashed with one of her shoes? So, oh man, I'm just like, I don't know whether or not to believe that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it could happen. Yes, it's true that in some instances, women are just not really safe anywhere in this world. But I kind of think that there are at least two women in the royal family who could easily take care of themselves. I mean, I can picture at least one of them where a group of I guess police officers would find it difficult to pull them off of the assailant. But if that's what they want us to believe, why this story came out, I don't know. I refuse to read the article. I figure if it's been that long, why are we hearing about it today? You know what I mean? But apparently they believe it's newsworthy. But I'm just trying to picture somebody running up on her, and even when she was younger, turning around and that person not turning into a pillar of salt. I'm just trying to picture that. So, um, as a matter of fact, let's examine a pair of Camilla's usual shoes and see how intimidating that shoe could be, shall we? Uh, a Camilla shoe. How bad can it be? Uh oh yeah. Oh yeah, remember that kid at the coronation couldn't stop looking at him? Remember that? Okay, I think I would think twice. I think I would think twice. Yeah, because that poor kid, he couldn't even do his job that day. It was almost impossible for him to perform his duty when he took a good look at one of Camilla's shoes as she went trundling into the Westminster Abbey. So I could understand that. I don't know. It just sounds like they just are trying to do anything to make Camilla sound dainty and helpless and vulnerable. You know what I mean? Almost as vulnerable as a teamster. Oh, let me see. But I think I'm being unfair. Let me see if I can find another one of her shoes somewhere. Let me see if I can find another one because I think I'm being rather unfair. Uh, let me see. Camilla's shoe. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Is that it? Uh, Oh, oh yeah. Okay, now you know what? This one, oh, I couldn't open that one up. Oh well. Let's see here. Uh Queen fought off sex attacker? Ugh. Camilla whacked groper? Wait, Camilla whacked groper in ghoulies. I thought Camilla was a ghoulie. What is a ghoulie? Oh, wait, you know what? I'm sorry. Camilla is ghoulish. I'm confusing ghoulish with ghoulies. Lex says, Indiana Jones said not to look. I think I think we're okay. Exactly. Let me see. Hello, squaddies. I'm sorry, Baron and squaddies. Church Nelly, what are you doing up at this hour? Although I'm glad you're here, and thank you for 48 months. Okay. All right. Oh, let me. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not looking at any of your comments here. Wow, that means you started before I actually committed to the channel. Well, thank you for that. Wow, thank you very much for that. I'm so glad I didn't miss that. Um, okay. All right, just looking at a couple of your comments here. Hey, LDSW, thank you so much for being here. Anastasia, thank you for being here. So, okay, the Camilla whacked the groper in the ghoulies. If you say so. I find it rather hard to believe, but if you say so, I'm just going to take their word for it. But even at a delicate young age like that, I am inclined to believe that Camilla could take care of herself and a couple of other people. Oh man. Let me see any other headlines. Let me see here. Camilla was assaulted as a teenager. She's kind of like one of those people you never think of her as being a teenager. You know what I'm saying? She looked like she was about 35 in 5th grade. But as you can see here, this is a surveillance. I didn't know they had that kind of surveillance when Camilla when Camilla was young. I didn't know they had this type of surveillance, but this is one of the earliest surveillances that they had on board the tube. And it seems as though the would-be attacker was knocked to the floor, was completely knocked to the floor. So take a note, ladies. If you ever find yourself in Camilla's position, you know that if you give a good swift kick in the ghoulies or the whatever, the gonads, that would disable the would-be attacker. See how she got up on her, you know what I'm saying, and there you go, completely disarmed. Yeah, nobody messes with the future queen consort or cohort. I'm surprised she did not join like special forces soon thereafter. Um You're welcome. You're welcome. Nobody can take him out like Camilla, the queen consort. A striking force like that of a is unbelievable. The anyway, um, and this, of course, was what led up to it, and it wasn't long before next thing you know, the poor guy was. She kicked him so hard his coat flew away, and it was you see there. Camilla kicked pervert on tube. You see there? The Metro actually has that same image. Camilla kicked pervert on tube. But some people say that it wasn't a sudden attack. They said that this that this person had been following Camilla for quite some. See, I told you she looked old for a 16-year-old, right? For a teenager, she looks almost like she's 35. Very old looking teenager. Let's see. Dag Skimmer, thank you so much for the super chat, a super sticker. And thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. I really appreciate that. Let me see here. Yep, that's that. Oh my goodness, that's just that's dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. A what do you call it? A thoroughbred is just not safe in London anymore. A thoroughbred is just not safe. A best in show is just not safe in London anymore. Let me see here. You guys, I need to do something really fast. I'm just, and to be honest with you, I want to be completely nosy because I was hearing something. So I am going to leave you with this and I'll be right back. Oh, you know what? Why don't we do a salsa for Meghan being in the top 10 US? How about that? That's all the time I need. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. Thank you all so much for your patience. Uh, there is a blue light special outside. I don't need to tell you what that means. A blue light special. That never really happens around here like that. So, but yeah, everybody's out there looking to see what the commotion is. But gosh, I hope those people are okay. Um, take that away. All right, you guys. Thank you again for your patience. Um, Hi, Zakoy Farms. Thank you for joining us. So there was a wedding today in Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein, right? Am I saying it right? There was a wedding today. Beautiful, beautiful wedding. And let me see here. I want to see. I want to get the names right. Princess Marie Caroline dazzles in show-stopping crown and sheer lace dress for, it's not a crown, it's a tiara for her wedding. Liechtenstein Royal Princess Marie Caroline weds Leopoldo, Leopoldo, Leopoldo. I've never seen it with the O at the end. Leopoldo, Maduro, Valmer. Leopoldo Maduro Valmer in a fairy tale worthy wedding dress. Yes, in a fairy tale worthy wedding dress. Now, I tell you, I don't know about all them steps. I don't know about all them steps. Oh, well, you'll see. These are too many steps. I got nervous looking at all those steps. But there is the wedding right there. Our mystery princess, Princess Angela, of Liechtenstein. She's somewhere in the crowd. Take a look to the far right side. You can see her wearing this beautiful copper colored dress with a coat. See all the way to the right? You see the little red partition there? Now look all the way over to the right. And there she is. That is Princess Angela. It's not that often we have a chance to see her. So when I found out that there was a wedding, I went hunting around looking for photos. And it looks like seated behind her is her son, Prince Alphonse, and seated next to her is her husband, Prince Maximilian. Her Serene Highness, Princess Angela. Now, this is the royal family tree right there. The line of succession. You can see Prince Hans Adams II and Countess Marie Kinsky. Unfortunately, Countess Marie passed away, I think in 2021 or 2022. And then from there, next in line to the throne. Oh, wait a minute. Why is that not in the right order? Or is it? Anyway, see the lady with the pink, Duchess Sophie of Bavaria? Well, the guy next to him is the hereditary Prince Alois. He will be the next head of state for Liechtenstein. I don't know why it's not in order. That is kind of confusing. And unfortunately, Prince Constantine passed away in 2023. That surprised me. So yeah, he passed away. It almost looks like Prince Max should be the next in line, but I don't know how it skips the other two princes and go to him, but it does. Anyway, his daughter, Marie Caroline, is the one that got married. So he's got the 4 kids, I think. Yeah, it looks like he's got 4. And one of his daughters got married. So that is Duchess Sophie of Bavaria wearing the tiara there. And the guy next to her is the hereditary Prince Alois. And then all the way over to the right, that is Hans Adams. And he is the reigning prince of the principality known as Liechtenstein. They don't have a king, it's a principality. And there is Angela. Don't worry, I got a bunch of photos. I found 11 of them. Um, Remember those steps I told you about? Isn't that frightening? Where is the handrails? You know where the handrails are? Behind those flowers. Ain't no way in the world I'd be going up and down those steps without the use of a handrail. Not at my age. That is terrifying. Huh? Huh? Isn't that a beautiful coat or a dress? Well, the outfit she's wearing. She's got the long coat with the dress matching underneath. Very, very beautiful. They met in New York, and she is actually 10 years older than him. But once he met her, he just could not live without her. And the rest, of course, is history. She was born Angela Jaleesa Brown, and I believe her family is from like Panama, something like that. And yeah, so they got married. And how long have they been married? I think their son is just turned 24. So I want to say that they got married like in 2001, something like that. I don't recall. But let me find a quick bio for her. And I'll just share a little bit about her. Okay, so Princess Angela of Liechtenstein, Countess of Reichberg, um, is an American fashion designer and member of the Liechtenstein princely family, born in Panama. Oh, she was born in Panama and raised in the United States. Became the first woman, primarily of African descent, to marry into a reigning European dynasty. She married Prince Maximilian of Liechtenstein in January 2000, and the couple has a son, Prince Alphonse, who is sixth in line of succession to the Liechtensteiner throne. Let me see. Angela met Prince Maximilian, the second son of Hans Adam II, Prince of Liechtenstein, at a private party in New York in 1997. In 1999, the Principality of Liechtenstein Information Bureau announced the forthcoming nuptials of Prince Maximilian to Angela Brown. Angela married Prince Maximilian civilly in January 21st of 2000 in Vaduz, Liechtenstein. And religiously, they married on January the 29th, 2000 at the Church of St. Vincent Ferrer in New York City. So they had a civil wedding and then they had the religious wedding. Wearing a dress she designed herself and the Kinsky tiara, an heirloom kept in the House of Liechtenstein since 1870. The marriage brought a person of Afro-Panamanian ancestry into one of the remaining reigning families of Europe. The groom obtained prior consent and full support of the sovereign, who also attended the wedding. She is the first African descent woman to ever marry into a reigning European dynasty. While some members of the princely house were said to be shocked and to consider the interracial marriage and the 11-year age gap, they considered that to be the end of an era. Others were said to have expressed support. Prince Maximilian and Prince Angela have a son, Prince Alphonse. Constantine Maria of Liechtenstein, Count of Reitberg, born on May the 18th, 2021. I'm sorry, 2001. What am I saying? 2001. Oh, their son was born in London. Now, here are a couple of random photos that I found. See, once I started looking, I started finding stuff. Um, I believe they are at the house. Okay, the Liechtenstein family, they are nobles from Austria. And that 65 square miles of territory up in the mountains were gifted to the family by the Archduke of Austria. I believe that's how that happened. And once the Habsburg family were, kicked out, deposed or whatever, they still kept their territory. And it's so remote and out of the way, nobody thought much of it. But they kept it. And after World War II, I think the family finally went back to the land that was given to them. Other than that, they were not very interested in it. They spent most of their time in Vienna, in Wien, as they say. So that's one of the reasons why they have it is because, well, nobody else was interested in it because it's landlocked, much like Austria, landlocked, and they just, it was like a farming community. Now is per capita one of the wealthiest places in the world. I don't know who the other people are. I'm so sorry. I did not get the information. Oh, you know what? I do have the information. I think I have it. Let me see if I still have it. And I could tell you who they are in just a moment. But yeah, it is very hard to find photos of her. And I had to hunt around for it. I said, well, if they have photos of the wedding, let me see if I can find her. Well, they didn't run her photo in any magazine, which, rightly so. It's because it's the bride and groom's day, right? But I wasn't satisfied with that, so I kept looking. Oh, okay, okay, I got it. It says here, Vienna, Austria. Yes, they are in Vienna. Has been good to the Neal family. Chloe and I had the distinct pleasure of being a guest along with my national board colleagues of Princess Angela of Liechtenstein. The princess was born in Panama and raised in New York. She is the first woman of African descent to marry into a reigning European dynasty. She and her husband, Prince Maximilian, hosted the Smithsonian Tropical Research Institute board and national board at their palace, Stad Palace, Liechtenstein, Saturday evening for a dinner with the royal family, dignitaries, corporate leaders, and other heads of state. Sunday morning, we gathered at the palace, I think it's Garden, but it's spelled Garten Palais, for brunch and viewing of their rare art collection, which is one of the most expensive in the world. The current pictures are from the brunch. I'll share more from the dinner in the future post. Okay, that means I got to look for some more photos. But yeah, so the mother and daughter were invited to the family palace in Vienna. So they do have a palatial home in Vienna, but they have this very rustic looking fortress of a palace, medieval looking palace in Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein is so small that I think, what is it, 20 or 30,000 people? They don't even have a prison. They farm their prisoners out to Austria. They don't have an airport. If you want to go there, you have to go through Austria. So a lot of things, like the family is heavily invested in Austria, but they don't have a lot of amenities in um, in Liechtenstein, which of course is the family name. They don't have a lot of that stuff there. So, common sense, they would just have those. They don't even have a jail. If someone goes to jail, they're going to end up in Vienna anyway, or somewhere close. Okay, let me see. Do I have any more images? I think so. Oh, you know what I was planning to do, since you all might be kind of new to Princess Angela, or maybe you haven't seen that many images. I decided that I was going to just put everything I could find, within reason. I'd put everything I could find on the screen and let you take a look at it. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do for the rest of our time. And then after that, I am going to say goodnight. So this is Princess Angela and Princess Marie Caroline, who just got married in November last year at Dennis O'Regan's exhibition lunch. It was his birthday, as well as both princesses joined to sing happy birthday. Oh, well, it looks like they get on very well, right? That's cool. And this is a couple more photos of them walking to the church. Yeah. Okay. I was wondering, how does she get her hair done? I mean, the chances of there being a qualified beautician, well, you know what, guys, I'm just kidding. She doesn't live in Liechtenstein. She and her husband, I think they divide their time between New York and London, the financial capitals, because he is a international financier. He's heavily into banking, Maximilian. So our sister is well taken care of. Okay. She is definitely living the soft life. You know what? I did not see it. And next time I go there, I definitely want to see it. I definitely want to see it. Okay. Yeah, I had 11 photos in all from today, or 12. Now, I did make a video a long time ago comparing the two princesses, Princess Meghan, Princess Angela. I think it was like my third or fourth most viewed video. This is National Day. Every August, they have National Day in Liechtenstein. This one is from a few years ago. It's not the most recent National Day. And every National Day, I'm always trying to find photos of Princess Angela. And I don't think that the family has gone to the more recent National Days. There's their son, Alphonse. He has grown up, right? He's taller than his dad. And here are some old throwback photos of Prince and Princess. Now, Angela had her own fashion label. She actually was in the fashion industry. Let me see. After finishing high school, Angela studied fashion at Parsons School of Design, where she received the Oscar de la Renta Gold Thimble Award and graduated in 1980. She was a stylist for 3 years before partnered with a firm in Hong Kong to create her own fashion label named A. Brown. She became a creative director for the fashion brand Adrian Vita Vittadini, an American fashion house with its flagship in Beverly Hills at the time until September 1999. So, just so you guys know, she had a career in the fashion industry before she got married. I don't know what she does now. I know that she is very supportive to her husband's career. Um, and of course, they had a son to raise. So, what she has been doing as of late, I do not know. It says since her marriage, Princess Angela participates sometimes with her son in ceremonial events in the principality. In 2006, Angela and her husband attended the wedding of Countess Elizabeth uh, Udeka. Ooh, boy, that's a good one. And sister of Mother Mathilde of Belgium, and Margrave Alphonse Palavinci. In 2015, Princess Angela gave an interview about Panama tourism. She and her family also spent time in Panama. The couple owns a property in Puerto Escondido, and that's in Panama, where the family usually spends part of the Christmas holidays. Got more photos for you guys. This is celebrating 100 years of the Bank of Liechtenstein. So the family also owns the bank in Liechtenstein, and they celebrated 100 years. And like I said, she definitely keeps up with all of the ceremonies that her husband attends, and so on. So um, now, don't ask me how I found that photo on the right, but I did some digging. Sometimes I have to go and dig. I only do that maybe a couple of times a year, but I'm just like, surely they got more photos by now. But yeah, if you dig deep enough, you'll find something. And yeah, I was lucky to find that one there on the right side. Looks like she's wearing Chanel, right? That looks like a Chanel jacket. And let me see. There's a wedding photo down there at the bottom. I don't know who any of those people are, but yeah, just some random photos. And that is the Kinski tiara. Now, what was interesting is that when she did marry, they made sure that she was welcomed into the family, and there wasn't a whole big fuss about it. She wore the same tiara that her mother in law wore, and that is the Kinski family tiara. So, um, yeah, sweet family. Really? Oh, okay. Very cool. Okay, let me see here. Yeah, right. Well, they said it was a split in the family. Some of them refused to attend the ceremony, but I think the only thing that is important is that the crown prince, Alois, Maximilian's mother and father, they attended both ceremonies, the one that was in Liechtenstein and the one that was in New York. So aside from that, who cares about the rest of the family? But I think that she is a very welcome member of the family. And some of those insecure ones that are not so close to the crown, well, you know how that is. Kind of like Sophie Wessex with that glaring look that she was giving Meghan. Oh, his sister-in-law seemed to be a little bit more arrogant. I've never read anything about them otherwise, but I'd be interested to know. Let me see. It's so hot in Panama, it feels like an oven, but some of the most sweetest pineapples there I ever had in my many years on earth. Really? Okay. More random images. Oh, that's Alphonse when he was a wee little boy. Look at him there. And of course, National Day. You can see some scaffolding up in the background. And that photo on the left side, that is definitely from Panama. And the family went to meet Pope Francis. Yeah, the whole family went to go and meet Pope Francis. Look at this. The whole family, they all turned out. Um, all the way back in the left corner, that's where you can find Angela, Alphonse, and Maximilian. You can kind of see Maximilian with his head back all the way back there in the left corner. So yeah, the whole family turned out. And more random images. What a cute little adorable boy he was, right? Absolutely adorable. And yeah, those are more images from National Day. Don't seem like they've been going lately, but they almost never miss National Day. Um, this was a magazine article. It was called The Very Secret Life of Princess Angela. I'm guessing this is New York. Looks like they're by the church, maybe. But yeah, that's New York. Good for him knowing what he wanted out of life. You know what I'm saying? And look at there. This is when he started to become more distinguished. His hair is turning gray. Alphonse at school, I guess. And this was his grandmother's wedding. So, along with the other grandkids, they entered and exited the church together. And then all the grandkids lined up and gave a speech or spoke about their grandmother, Princess Marie. And there is Angela and Maximilian back there. And you can just see Angela right behind Alois. And this is exiting the church. I'm so glad they didn't have to go down them unbelievable steps. But I think those steps were temporary because I noticed they were made of wood. Seems like they just put them up for the wedding. And this is also from Princess Marie's funeral. Hans Adam, Alois' wife, I can't remember her name, Maximilian. Oh, and if you look over on the other side of the aisle, don't you recognize that gigantic helmet hair? That is, Queen what's her name from Spain. Yeah, Queen what's her name from Spain. So, I was kind of sad when Marie died. She seemed really sweet. Here is a family photo. Um, I like the fact that they have not been othered and that they are included in everything. I don't like when people are othered. the way some families like to other. National Day. This was the last National Day. The lady with the light blue on, um, this was her last National Day. Usually, they do not have seats on National Day. They stand through it, but I think because her health was starting to fail, that they brought a bench for the first row, and at a certain point, she had to sit down. But yeah, that was when her health started to fail. Speaking of fail, I Will Survive singer Gloria Gaynor revealed as MAGA donor. She has been donating money, and Trump is going to honor her at the Kennedy Center. I'm through with her. I'm through with her. I have never been there before. I want to go. I've always wanted to go. Oh, look, there's another image of Kate dragging her knuckles up the street. There she goes, dragging those knuckles up the street. And my last slide for today, August 31st, 28 years ago, Diana, Princess of Wales, the people's princess, compassion, grace, and a legacy eternal. That is our Diana, our Princess Diana. So, again, um, I think we all know where we were when we got the news. And even today, I still feel very affected by it. So if you guys want to hang out, I'll be here for a few more minutes, but I told you about an hour. I'm going to go back to Princess Angela. Wow, it was very, very good to see those photos today. Oh, thank you, Lydia Washington. Okay. Princess Angela became accomplished to the came accomplished into the royal family, and so did Princess Meghan. What did Kate bring to the royal family? Debt, family debt. That's what she brought. A family in debt. Oh, and a pharmaceutical salesperson, Uncle Gary Goldsmith, the pharmacist. Yep, they brought debt. Yeah, I am so through with Gloria Gaynor. Yes, thank you, Cookies and Cream. It's very important we keep streaming. And as Cookies and Cream said yesterday, make sure you all are leaving reviews because we know what the derangers do. So please leave a review for everything you can because the derangers, they systematically, I mean, I have seen where they have instructed one another to go and wreak havoc. So that's why we have to stand up for our Duchess. I love that coat. I love that outfit. I love that carpet color. And notice she's got the metallic purse. I think that is beautiful. That is beautiful. That you can see that fashion flair. Oh yeah, they're loaded. They are in one of the richest royals in the world, so they get away with a lot. Harry didn't have that kind of coin. Let me see. So you say his sister-in-law seemed to be a little bit more arrogant. Now, which one is the sister-in-law? Is that the one? No, not the one that got married. I only know of the three boys. There was a girl too. Okay. Okay. Just going sliding back through the comments. And we don't hear it being abused nonstop like yep. Yeah, I have been very curious, mixed with the idea of her maintaining her privacy, of course. Um, but we all know that the most of the problems coming from the tabloids in the UK really come from the royal family. The royal family leak and brief against one another constantly. Let me see. I also had to descend long stretches of stairs when they exited church to meet the crowd. Yeah, I'm afraid of those steps. Those steps give me nightmares. Where are those steps? Yeah, that is frightening. That is frightening. Okay. Well, you all, I am going to give you a break tonight. I am done. And I think we'll pick it up tomorrow. So, again, the Duchess of Sussex is in the top 10 here in the US. And we're all very excited and proud of that statistic. There we go. All right. So long to you, Sonia Johnson. Yeah, Diana is what introduced most of us to the royal family, I believe. Okay, you guys, if you want to see the live reaction from the night Diana, at the top of the chat, there's a link. Don't forget that's up there. Um, Little card game of Uno. And next thing you know, they started hearing about news coming out of Paris. It's about 7 minutes long. So if you want to check it out, it is there. Also, as Cookies and Cream has reminded us, please make sure you keep streaming with Love Meghan. Let's push it all the way to number one. Okay. All right. Cheers. Love you guys. See you next time.